happened. From 1980 to today, I'll give you exact stats in America.
Okay.
From 1980 to today, inflation is up 217%. Just basic inflation. So whatever was worth, if you were buying something for $10, you're paying, whatever, $20 amount for it, right? Okay.
200 what?
217% inflation from 1980 till today. Do you know what the college tuition has gone up from 1980 till today?
Probably
1,999%.
Wow.
I'm sorry, 1,199%, which is exactly like 1,200%. So
It's almost
inflation,
5 times?
6 times. Inflation is up 217. College tuition is up 1,200%. So now why? Here's why. If you know how if you start a new business, okay, and you got this idea. If you go to B of A or Wells Fargo, what are the chances of B of A and Wells Fargo saying, no, I'm not going to finance it? Pretty high, okay? Banks like those types of banks are not going to finance your business idea if you have zero credibility. I'd like a $500,000 loan. Yeah, okay, whatever. This is not the 60s. Go somewhere else, right? So you have to go get it from Angel or you have to get it from other people, right? You're not going to get it from a bigger bank. Okay, if college education is so worth it, why don't banks finance it? Let me say it one more time. If college education is so worth it because it's not worth it. So even banks don't believe you're going to pay that back. So banks are like saying, we're not going to take that risk. But the day the government said, we will finance college tuition, for every dollar that the government finances, colleges can increase it 60 cents. So I don't know if that makes sense or not. So every year, so like you and I, there's a certain regulation you have when you're competing. It's a monopoly. You can't compete, all this other stuff. So everybody's targeting companies. Well, they're a monopoly. They're this, they're that. Okay. The ultimate monopoly, and everyone's back, corporations don't pay taxes. First of all, let me give you one crazy stat on this. There's 13 universities in America that have $10 billion or more in their bank account, cash. They call it endowments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Harvard #1, right?
Harvard's #1 at $53 billion, but you got 10 to 53 billion. Okay, in savings. Now let's see who the real greedy people are. Watch the statistic. Name me the fast food place we've gone to, the biggest fast food place in the world. What's the name of it?
McDonald's.
How much you think they got in cash? So remember, the 13th university has $10 billion in endowment. It's just a college, okay? How much you think McDonald's has in cash?
Tens of billions?
2.3 billion, that's it.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Okay.
That's it. They got 50,000 freaking locations worldwide, employing hundreds of thousands of people worldwide. They're only sitting on $2.3 billion. They're the greedy people? How much you think Starbucks has in cash? 400,000 employees.
One.
How much you think Starbucks? Do you see where you're going now? Now you're thinking about it, right? Because Starbucks only has $3 billion in cash. Check this out. Facebook, $1 trillion company, only has $54 billion in cash. The same as Harvard. How the hell does Facebook have the same amount of cash as Harvard? Tesla, massive company, only $18 billion. Okay. Disney, massive company, only $16 billion in cash. How? So, and then they have the audacity to say corporations don't pay taxes, but no one has the audacity to call out colleges while they pay this much taxes. March Madness, 0 in taxes. Football, 0 in taxes. They get away with all of that, and they get to charge parents more money every year and pressure parents to finance their house and take money out. You're absolutely right. I think the phase we are today, people are starting to realize and question everything. People like yourself, people like us, we're like, dude, I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm questioning and I want to learn more. How the hell does Starbucks only have $3 billion? How the hell does McDonald's have $2.3 billion in the bank? And we got 13 universities that have $10 billion or more in the bank. Yeah. See, this is the kind of stuff where when you question it and you kind of open up you're like, holy shit, they got no competition and the government's got their backs. And if education is so worth it, why aren't banks financing it? Maybe it's no longer worth it.
Yeah.
And the worst thing that happened to colleges and universities, you know what's the worst thing that happened to colleges?
Government getting involved?
You know what's the worst thing? Not the best thing. That's the best thing that happened to them. You know what's the worst thing that happened to colleges and universities?
The internet.
COVID.
Oh, okay.
Best thing happened to us, worst thing that happened to colleges and universities. You know why? Because COVID forced universities to get cornered. COVID happens, then Harvard students and parents are like, look, now that everybody's doing from Zoom and they're no longer on
you're
campus.
You're going to lower tuition,
Yeah,
of
you're
course,
going to be
right?
lower tuition. And Harvard says, no, the stamp of approval of Harvard is you still have to pay full tuition. And then they said, well, I thought the experience of college was You got a insurance policy because if something doesn't work out, you can always say, I got a degree from this school. I thought it was about the education. I thought it was about the pride. And I thought it was about the network and the experience of being there. Oh, so now I can get a degree online. I don't need to pay this anymore.
Yes.
So I can be a nomad person traveling the world and still get my 4-year degree. Hey, Mom, hey, Dad, why don't you finance me, track my grades, just allow me to travel the world while I'm getting my 4-year degree? I would much rather do it that way. The worst thing that happened to colleges was COVID, and they're going to pay a price for it long term.
Yeah.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.